Hi, this is AltSims or Nicole, and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be doing another skin details video. So I guess it's like a part 2. I don't really want to say parts because I don't know how many there will be. Who knows, maybe this will be the last one. Maybe this is all the skin details that I need. Probably not though. So all of these skin details will be new ones that I found recently or in the period of time that I posted the last video about skin details. I do use these ones a lot. They're some of my favorites. So this sim right here that I will be using in the video will also be in the description for download, as well as all the links for every skin detail I talk about in this video. So for some reason, if I don't mention one, you can ask me, but everything will be linked in the description. I'm going to try and go in order of the list. So in the game, like how it goes in the list here. So it will be organized as much as I possibly can. So before I start, I'm going to take off all her stuff so you can see the skin blends, because it's kind of hard to tell what they look like with all the details on top. So I'll do that first and then we'll go through everything else. Okay, so this is the skin blend that I'm using on her. It's called Thuja. I'm sorry if that's wrong, but Thuja, and it's by Nisuri. So I really like how minimalistic her skin blends are. When I do sims, I will put a bunch of other things on top, like more alpha looking, more realistic eye bags and pores and all that stuff. So using a very simple base to start is one of my favorite things to do. So they really have good skin blends to start off your sim, or you can just use it like this. You don't have to add anything to it. It's very simple though. There's different variations. This is the one I used on her, but they also have a bunch of other ones, like this one here, that one there. I'll probably just link this one that I'm using, but you should just go check out their whole page because they have a lot of good skin details, skin blends and stuff there too. Another skin blend that I've been obsessed with lately, and I think everybody is the Soft Rose one by Northern Siberia Winds. I've been using it so much. The one with these eyelids specifically. They also just came out with just the face mask. So they have the body one that has the whole body here. You can see a little bit, but I just use the face mask because I don't know. I don't really it's pretty and everything, but it's very maxi match. And again, I like to do the mix thing, so I try not to use too much the cartoony-ish look. I hate saying cartoony because it's not, but you can tell her. I mean, I didn't do the right skin color for her, but there's a lot of different variations with this too. You can have no eyelids, or no lips, no nose, whatever you want to do. I use the eyelids a lot of the time because I just like how big the eye looks with them, but you don't have to use them. Also with this skin blend or face mask, a lot of skin details don't really go on top of it properly, so you can't really add to it very much. The lips specifically don't really have a lot of things that overlay it, unless it's makeup, it doesn't work. So that's one thing to keep in mind with these, but they are really pretty, so you don't have to do anything with them anyway. And then another one that came out not recently anymore, I guess it's been a while now, are these skin blends here by Sims 3 I'm so sorry, I'm so bad at saying stuff. Melancholic. Sims 3 Melancholic. Anyway, sorry, I'm so sorry. I love your stuff, don't hate me. So there's the Nicole skin, which is so fitting, and I love the Nicole one more than the Blanca one, which is a coincidence, but Nicole skin and then the Blanca skin. There's an eyebrow version, which she has eyebrows, you can't really tell, and then a not eyebrow version. So this is the one I like a lot more. There's different versions are different, like I guess skin tones, and then this one is the Blanco one. It's really pretty also. They put so much work into their stuff. Like I follow them on Instagram, and like just seeing like their process and like how much time and work they put into their skin overlays and everything, it's just amazing. Like I'm in awe. I don't know, they're just so good. They're very detailed, they're alpha, but if you use one like this one, I think is a lot less detailed, and again you can just kind of add stuff to it. Like the Northern Siberian Winds one, it doesn't work with everything, so it's hard to add some details, but for most part it's been fine. So those are those two skin blends. And then the last one I wanted to show is newer, and it's this Posy one by Sammy XOX. And it has a lot of different variations here, as you can see. I'm not going to go through every single one, but I think it goes from like least amount of detail to most. Something like that. Like that one has the nose, but that one has the nose and the lips. Maybe it doesn't. Actually, yeah. I don't know, you'd have to play with it, but there's just so many different options you can do. Like that nose, I really like that nose. This is one of the ones that I would add to, so I would use whatever version. Like if I like the nose, I'd use like the nose with the shadows, and then I would add to it different lips and whatever. But again, it's like a good base. So I really like this one by Sammy XOX, and it's called Posy. So I put everything back on again, and then we're gonna go down the list. So next, these are by Northern Siberia Winds, and they're these Philtrums. I've never heard that word until now. I didn't know that's what it was called, but now we know. And there's two versions. So this one I'm using is like the Maxi Match version, and then there's this version which is alpha, has all the different skin tones. It was harder to match her skin tone with this one. It didn't seem to have any, like, a lot of darker skin tones, but this one was good because I could make it the shadow. And I tend to use the Maxi Match ones more often because I can kind of tweak it to like the shadow or highlight that I want it to be. This one has the more highlight, I think. Yeah, it goes a little bit higher. So these are really cool. I haven't seen these done just separately. I've only ever seen them in other like whole like packs, like a whole, I don't know how to explain it, but like just it would be like one icon and like a bunch of different things you'd have to go through, and you don't know what is what, and it gets kind of frustrating. But this at least is separate, so that's really cool. So next are these moles by Cerberus. These are the alpha version, and then these are like the Maxi Match version. There's a lot of different colors and variations. So like there's this kind, then there's like the actual individual moles here, different colors of them, different opacities, I guess, not colors. And then they have the alpha version here. So those are by Cerberus, and I love them. I find that a lot of them are very obviously fake, like they don't really match the skin very well. Like these ones seem to match everybody perfectly. Like I can find a shade that matches, and they look realistic, and I just like how the realistic look. So, and also this creator's Tumblr where I found these isn't active anymore, but I do have the link to the file that they uploaded. Like it's their file, like I didn't re-upload it or whatever. It's their file they uploaded. I have to post the link to the file instead of to their Tumblr, which I usually would do, or Patreon. So next we're going to look at these eye bags by Northern Siberia Winds. These are newer, and I think they're part of the pack with the Philtrums. Again, there's Maxi Match and not Maxi Match, so there's all these skin tones, purples and all that stuff. And then these ones are matching better. I don't know, like they're just like the Maxi Match version. It's hard to tell because I have these highlight on it, but so these are the eye bags. You can see a little bit. Again, it's kind of hard. Like I would probably try and use one of these ones so you could see it better, but her skin color seems to be hard to match with some of their stuff. I don't know, wish it was darker, but you know, it is what it is. And then also I really like these eye bags by Praline Sims. The eyelids I had on were like covering it, so you couldn't really tell what it was. Okay, so they are darker and they are big, but I really love how they're detailed and they just look realistic. Like they look like she's tired. They look like she has not perfect. I don't know. Like I just don't like, I've said this before. I just like my Sims to look realistic in a way. And then there's these ones by her also that I really like. So those are the eye bags. And then the last eye bags that I wanted to show are these ones by Obscurus. And they are the ones that I'm using on her. There are these ones here, these colors, but there's like a darker version too. And again, like these are alpha, but there's a lot of different colors. I'm sure like you could find one that matches your Sims. They're just very detailed and I really like how they look. Not too dark and heavy like the other Praline Sim ones that I was just showing. They're kind of in the middle between the Northern Siberia Winds one and the Praline Sims ones. This face shader, the Layla face shader by Titty Trait, is really good. It has shadows that go on the nose and on the cheeks. There's 4 versions. That's the lightest and then that's the darkest. I tend to use this one or this one. It just depends on skin tone, what other details I was using on top of it. So that one is really nice for shadowing. This pack, I guess I'll call it, right here is by Nasuri and it's called Little Details, and it is by far my favorite skin details, like I want to say pack, I don't know what to call it, like skin details file that I've ever found. It has like the nicest shadowing and things that like other ones don't have. I love these forehead shadows. Like this one is like the brow bone, this one with the light in the middle. I'm not gonna go through every single one, but it has a lot of eye bags. Make your eyes darker, the bags under the eyes. That one's one of my favorites. This one I use all the time. The shadow underneath the nose like that is just, it's so good. It's just so good. And then that one makes the nostrils darker, but you can't see on her nose. This Little Details I don't know what to call it, Little Details skin detail pack is by Nasuri and it is amazing. So these next things are by Fayish, and I know I've mentioned them in my last video because they're not active anymore, so it's just like a huge file of their stuff and whatever. But these are 2 that I found recently when I was going in their stuff again, and I really like them. So the first one is Chubby Cheeks, and instead of like making your Sims faces smaller with all these like jawlines and whatever, these make your Sims cheeks look like chubbier. I don't know, I really like them. That one's really nice, and then that one you can tell like her cheeks look fuller. And then this other one here is Nose Mask. So I actually am using this one right now, I guess, or I was. So there's all these different ones. Again, like all their face stuff is so good. Like I don't want to download everything, so I've been slowly like going and downloading some other ones. So that's 2 that I've downloaded since my last video. So this next, it's a blush, but someone converted it to a skin detail. It's originally by Chisami. This creator converted it to a skin detail because it's really good. So it adds like these details to the skin. I use it on my Sims like all the time to give them more detail on their face. There's different colors. That one's just like white, and then there's that darker one, but as you can see, like that's with it on and then this is with it off, so it just like gives so much, I don't know, detail. So I really love this blush. This next thing is by Northern Siberia Winds, and it's a cheeks overlay. It's kind of similar to the thing I just showed you, but it's more shadows. There's also like a blush too, and these freckles. I think it all comes in like the same pack, so it'll all be linked. And this is the cheek one, so it kind of gives them shadowing there and a little bit of detail. So you can look shadowing there. I always use the darker ones like down here. Gives them more shadowing dots, freckles on their face. Pores, I don't know what else like words, synonyms to use, but I really like this one. I use it all the time. One of my must-haves. This forehead overlay is also a thing I've been using a lot lately too. It just kind of gives them like a brow bone, kind of defines the brow bone a little bit more. I use it a lot on males, but I've been using it on females sometimes too, and then that's like without it. So it just kind of gives them like a can see like their brow bone. There's a lot of different variations of it too. You could really make your sim look different. I don't know. More details. You know how it is. So I don't know if I talked about it in my last video. I might have a little bit, but these slots here are only opened because I have a mod, which I will link in the description, because I realized after that like some people don't have all these slots, so like they can't add as many like skin details as I am, but these are like extra slots basically, so they like come up when you have this mod. So if you go into these ones, you can find a lot of these separately, so you can add them on after. And there's also some stuff that's not in the other categories. There's these lower eyelids here by Northern Siberia Winds. There's versions like Alpha and Maxi Match like the other ones. So those ones are really nice too. And then another thing that I found that's really cool and I liked, pierced ears, like the holes. It's really cool because I have my ears pierced and I don't wear earrings, but you can kind of see the hole still. I don't know. I just thought it was like a cool detail to have. Another Northern Siberia Winds thing is the face sculptor. So it's just like the other face shadowing, but it's just on like the jaw here. So there's different shadows, and then there's like the colored ones, which is more like a contour, I guess, like with the colors. I don't know. Different variations, always good. Another thing I sometimes use on my sims, it depends on the sim I'm doing, is this blush right here. It's called Moo Moo by Squeamish, and it's really nice. So this is if like I wanted to use something different in my makeup and it wasn't blush and it was like contour or something, I'll use blush here, or subtly put blush on and then makeup after on top type of thing. Like this one's really nice on her skin. So yeah, this blush right here is really nice. So next is this shadow by Sim Andy, and I know I talked about the other version in my first video, and I used to use that version all the time, but then they came out with a new version that's like even better, so I use this one now. There's different variations, different lighting, so it goes like that way or the other way, and the colors. So like this one's really cool. It doesn't look cool in this background, but when I have it in my black background, it looks really cool, the red. Yeah, that's like again another must-have because I use it all the time on my sims. And another thing that I've started doing is using more sclera overlays. A lot of the eyes I use have it already, but sometimes they don't have it as good as I like. I don't know, like I like using different ones sometimes. So these are by Sims 3 Melancholic. I think I said that better this time. There's this one, this one, this one, this one. This one might be one of them, I'm not sure, but these ones for sure are. There's different variations, different colors, like that one's like a reddish, I guess. And then there's this one. I use this one a lot because I like the shadowing, and this one's kind of more reddish, looking more creepy. I don't know, it's a little bit dark. But yeah, this one's my favorite, the number 4. This is a skin detail, but it's also makeup, so it's both. Like I think it goes into both categories. This is a highlighter by Vixiated, and it is amazing. It's not even like a highlighter, it's more like a face shine. So there's like a lot of different versions. I tend to go for this one here. Which one? Yeah, it was definitely this one. I use this one a lot. I don't really like it too much on the cheeks, so I will use this one a lot. I think I might have used a different color for her. Maybe yeah, I think it was something like that. Anyway, it doesn't really matter, but it's so good. There's so many different versions, variations, colors. It's amazing, and I always try and put it on my sim somehow because I don't really use blush that often. I mean, sometimes, but it's amazing. It's by Vixiated, and you need to have it. It's one of my favorite things to use right now. Again, this isn't really a skin detail, but in my brain, it's kind of in that category, I guess, because it's not an accessory in my head. I guess it has to do more with hair, but either way, it's this hair overlay by Trico Family, and it is all the Sims, not all of them, but a lot of the Sims coloring, but it's like she doesn't have black on right now, but you could put the black on and then it kind of makes it like a darkish orange brown, or this brown will make it even more orange. It's really cool, and I play with it all the time, especially with Sims that have like the black hair. I'll put the black on to make it a better, not blue black. So for example, without it, this is the black, and then with it, it looks like this, and it's 1,000 times better. so much better. And then this one would be even darker. I think it's for the blue black. Either way, it's so much better. So much better. So lastly, I just want to talk about this. Again, it's in the category, but kind of not. These natural nails by MagicBot are my favorite thing to use now. I don't really use nail polish on my Sims that much unless it's like chipped and whatever. So I tend to use these natural nails and they're just amazing. There's different colors and shades. Yeah, I love them. So I just wanted to include them at the end just because I think it's in its own category. So these natural nails are by MagicBot. So that's the end of the video. I hope that you found something that you didn't know about or something new that you were trying to look for. I don't know. I hope you found something that you liked, and I hope that this video helped a little bit. It's not as much stuff as my last skin details video, but I use a lot of that old stuff all the time still, so this is just newer things I've been using. Also, all the links for the skin details I showed in this video and other stuff will be in the description below. There will also be timestamps, and this sim will also be for download, so you can download her exactly like this outfit, everything, or you can go individually and download whatever she's wearing too. I'm going to have that as a thing also. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below, tell me your thoughts, tell me your ideas. I love to hear them, and I hope to have more videos soon. I'm not going to promise like a schedule or anything, but I do have a lot more time lately to make them, so hopefully it will be more frequent. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you soon.